How's everybody doing? We're live for the first time. Glad to be here. I'm hoping that I can help a lot of the young guitarists that are out there get their chops together from the very beginning. And I probably have some pretty good tips for advanced guitarists or intermediate that, still want to get to another level. I'm not a total expert, but by playing 55 years, being in bands since I was 13, I've developed a good bit of knowledge and a good bit of experience that I think could be quite helpful for a lot of the guitarists that are much younger. And I think it would just be cool to help anybody out that's looking to be helped out. We can go into a whole lot of different styles. Um, we could go way, way back, like this one. Black Sabbath, of course, and Tony Iommi on guitar. I remember being at a concert many, many years ago, Baltimore, Maryland, Paintersville Music Fair, sitting right up on the floor, and what a wall of sound that was. It was pretty incredible. There was nothing that I had ever heard that was any louder. And I saw Cream in Baltimore when I was, I think, 11 or 12 at the Civic Center. But I wasn't sitting in the front row listening to Eric Clapton and Jack Bruce and Ginger Baker. But it was certainly a very, very cool experience for a first concert with Cream and the Moody Blues and actually Terry Reid Group. Getting back to why I'm here. I'm here because I want to tell you what you need to know to get started as a new guitar player. I want to help you pick out your guitar, your pick, tell you how to teach guitar. I mean, as far as just, teaching you the basic chords. I've already gotten several videos that are out there for you, learning the basic chords, learning some scales, and we're just going to keep advancing and moving forward in that realm to help everybody to gain insight, whatever speed you want to go. There is everybody's different. Some people are quick learning and some people are not. Like I said, I got my first electric guitar when I was 13 and got in a band that summer with a bass player and drummer from my 7th grade class. And it was just a cool experience. We were probably not very good, but we'd play songs like this. And that wasn't too difficult because it's just the A, E, and D chords. Communication Breakdown by Led Zeppelin. And we played The Doors, we would play Cream, whatever was going on back then in the early 70s. And I had some older guys that was teaching me how to play a little bit. But I had an acoustic guitar maybe when I was 10 and 11. And it just kind of was like playing the chords and learning the chords there. And then, of course, when you get your electric guitar, it becomes much more easier to play because of the action. And it's not as hard as on your fingertips, when you're having to play the chords. So then it opens up the ability, to start playing, playing solos, and it takes a while before you're ready. But we'd play songs like this. played that solo to that song in quite a long time, so obviously I wasn't playing that solo to that song. But, Cream Sunshine of Your Love, that was a biggie back in my day. Um, but we can go through so many different styles of guitar. I mean, we could play some jazz. We could get into, like chord solos, for the more advanced people. Oh, kind of forgot that one. Oh, there we go. And so forth and so on, as far as chordal solos. A little rusty on that one, but we're just here to get you started and then to let you know that you can get in a band and you could be playing in junior high and high school. You don't have to wait to be a totally accomplished musician, okay? You can play for your friends. I remember when I was 14, we'd have 20 friends come over to my friend's house where we were practicing. And it was great. It was just so much fun, that we're lovers of music, even as early age. I mean, a lot of us saw the Beatles, and Ed Sullivan, and right after that, I mean, I remember just playing like I was playing guitar on a tennis racket or a badminton racket, and they just turned you on to the music scene, and after that, it was like a no-brainer. Even though I played clarinet for a while, um, in school, the guitar took over, and there's so many places you can play. I mean, when you're even that young, there was teen centers, there was high school events, there was parties. There was so many places that you could play for your friends, and it's just such a good time. And I'm still doing that. I'm in two classic rock bands now. Actually, one of them is blues. We switched up, and I've not been without a band and be playing out in 55 years. So you can become a rock star, and in my opinion, you can be a rock star for your family. You can be a rock star, in your city, in your area. You know, Not everybody has to get to be playing these huge arenas and become, multimillionaires to be considered a rock star. I think if you're playing out and you're enjoying it and people are dancing and people are singing songs along with you and they're coming up to you and, just really enjoying how the band sounds or how you're playing guitar, it's just an amazing feeling. You're being creative. You may be doing covers, you might be playing other people's stuff, but, um, you can get into originals. I started writing as soon as I pretty much learned chords. I was writing songs when I was 14. So I have, a way that I want to teach you, as far as, I'm teaching people now in the key of A, the 1-4-5 progression, because there's thousands of songs once you learn A major, D major, and E major that you can play. And so we've moved on from those major chords to minor and to dominant seventh chords. And now we've even moved into doing some, soloing with pentatonic, minor pentatonic, major pentatonic. We even got into just showing you the A major scale recently, so you would know how, or why and what kind of mechanism changes, the tone of the chord. What notes make the difference. Why they have to be lowered a half step to get the minor sound or the minor seventh sound. How you're playing the minor pentatonic and what chords that will work over. Maybe when it's better to play the major pentatonic and what notes are in, the major pentatonic that are similar to A major. So we're going to just keep moving forward and advancing you in that way, getting into bar chords next, up and down the neck. We already talked about chromaticism, playing just the chromatic scale all the way up the neck, mainly for the beginner, so they learn the neck of the guitar. And that's so important to learn all of the notes, okay? We can get into reading if you want to learn to be able to read actual um, normal music. Um, if you're ones that maybe want to get into tablature, that's fine. Um, that's a whole another place to go. We're going to get into maybe what guitars would be best for you. We're going to get into the amps. We're going to get into tone. We're going to get into pedals. There's so much that goes into being a competent guitar player, especially when you're playing other people's music. You might have to sound like, 20 different guitar players, or at least, try to, during a gig. So, different guitars have different sounds, different pedals, make your guitar sound, in different ways, whether it's, reverb, overdrive, distortion, delay, it's on and on and on that can affect your guitar tone. And just the main thing is just never to get discouraged because it is difficult in the beginning, moving forward. Um, it's just the fingers feel weird. It's hard to get those chords together. People feel like they should strum all six notes, and sometimes a chord um, is not. It does. You're not supposed to do that. You might only be able to strum four of the notes, or five. You might need to leave out hitting the E note, or the A note because it takes away from the root, and you won't really hear the chord properly. But you're going to be able to play the chords not only in the open position, but up and down the neck, because every chord is on the guitar in several different spots. Okay? Just like, every note is in several different spots on the guitar. There's only 12 notes, and then they repeat. They repeat up the neck. So, this is my purple PRS Custom 24, and this has been my go-to guitar for, probably over 20 years. I do have a Les Paul Gold Top Deluxe from 1970, and I do have a really whale blue McCarty PRS, and I have an American Strat that I've been using quite a bit with Fender Stratocaster with the Blues Band, which has been sounding awesome through my Fender Hot Rod Deluxe amp. So I'm here for you to ask questions. Like I said, this is live for the first time. I will be getting better with all of my appearances live and in my videos. I've only been doing this for 3 weeks as far as going on to YouTube. And I'm looking forward to gaining friends, to getting students, to giving you tips, to answering your questions, and helping anybody advance that wants to learn the guitar. And I do want to get ladies to come by and say hi and, start getting on their musical journey. Any Taylor Swift fans out there? I would think there's a lot of young ladies that want to play, or young girls want to play like Taylor Swift. So we can have specific Taylor Swift class to learn the chords she plays, and then maybe even learn her songs once you get the chords available. That's easy for you. So I'm going to sign off now. Again, this is Steve. I would love for you to tune into my channel. It's at SteveTopel 9783, and we will, get together again live, and we will enjoy a relationship no matter what part of the world you're in. You know, you can have fun playing the guitar. I've been doing it now, like I said, 55 plus years. I'm 68. I have a lot of knowledge to give you. You're not going to get, you know, Keith Richards or Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page, Jeff Beck obviously is gone to give you lessons. But since I've been learning their solos and playing their songs for such a long time, I can give you just as much insight into playing it, even though I was not the original writer or the one who originally played that and recorded it on their albums. You know, we're pretty much duplicating their songs identically in most part. It's always good to improvise on solos, but sometimes we want to play the exact solo. So, you know, we're here for you, and we can teach you a whole lot of guitar technique. See you next time. Bye.